Hi guys, I hope you are excited for this video. It was super fun for me to film and this balloon arch turned out so well. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. If you're interested in seeing how I put it together, just keep on watching. It's super easy and it really didn't take me that long, just about 2 days. So here it goes. Okay, so all of the materials you're going to need are going to be down in the description bar below. You first want to start off with blowing up all of your balloons and then eventually putting them into pairs. I did about 30 smaller pairs and then the rest of the balloons I did fully blown up. Everything, all of the numbers are going to be linked down in the description so you can follow along exactly the way I did it, and also depending on how large you want your balloon arch to be. So as you can see here, I'm just blowing up one balloon, and then the second balloon I'm going to blow it up and tie it around the first one. So I don't use a string, but instead I save my time and just make sure that things are in pairs in advance, so that way when we're putting it together it just makes things a lot easier. Once you have it tied, you should have something that looks like this. If I didn't already mention it, I would definitely recommend using a pump for this or getting a friend. Make sure if you get a friend that you have some fun, and I guess make them hide in the pile of balloons to add a little bit to your humor. You know, lighten up the situation after blowing up all those balloons. So as you can see here, I tied the fishing line to the first pair of balloons, and then I added another pair of balloons perpendicular and began to wind the string around in different ways so that way they would stay stuck together. And you basically just want to continue repeating this step over and over until the amount of balloons begins to build and build and you start getting a really crazy line of balloons. The great thing about this string is you don't really see it, it's super light, and it's actually quite easy to work with. You just want to make sure that it doesn't get tangled, so I would suggest putting the ball of string or the line of string to the side so that way it's not in your way and doesn't get stuck. I would also keep in mind how you're placing the balloons down so that way you don't have too much of one color in one area to keep things interesting, unless you are going for that color blocking effect. So as you can see, we have an audience. This is what it should look like when you're close to done. You first want to start out with tying the string around the area that you're planning on hanging up first. So I tied mine around 3 times just so that way it was super secure, and then I fixed it to the staircase. The next area I did was a little bit higher up, and I just did it the same way also on the staircase. And then the third area, I ideally would have done this fixating it to a hook or a nail of some sort, but I just taped it up, and because the balloon arch is so light, it was able to hang up and not fall down, thankfully. You want to make sure that you're adjusting the arch as you go along so that way it fits the shape that you like. The balloons are pretty adjustable because of the way it's been assembled, so it shouldn't be an issue. So this is what it should all look like once you have it hung up. You want to start adding on some of those pairs that we blew up earlier. The way to do this is I pre-added about 2 feet of string to each one of the pairs, so that way I could just eyeball it as I go along and then wind the string in the same way that I did with the rest of the pairs. The fun part is adding the lights, of course. I pre-wrapped my lights around a steel cut oats jar in advance so that way nothing would get tangled, and I would highly recommend doing this because it just really makes your life a lot easier, and it makes it easier to control where the lights are going and passing it as you go and take the lights around and around the arch. The best part about these lights is they're not only affordable, but they are super light and they also change color. So it doesn't weigh down your wreath when you hang them up around them, and the different colors definitely add something so that way you can use it for different occasions, switch it up for different photos. Once you have it all adjusted to your liking, then you're pretty much done. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I had a great time putting this together for you. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment down in the in the comment section below, and if you're interested in seeing some more interesting projects or some fun DIYs, you can check out my website, serendum.ca. The link will just be down below in the description, and until next time, thanks again.